I think you're going to love this next presentation. I saw the rehearsal a few minutes ago, and I know this is going to get us going. Our next Keystone presenter brings the conversation of his experience of turning around an entire school district in Ontario, Canada, using the principles of creativity. Now, here to talk about bridging the organizational change in education, please welcome the superintendent for the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board, Dr. Peter Gamwell.
Thank you very much indeed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, come on, curb your enthusiasm, eh? Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it's great to be here. It's my fourth trip to Oklahoma, and I have to say in the last 4 years, we've had the opportunity to bring about 18 of our people from the Ottawa area, and every single one of them has gone back home really enthusiastic and invigorated by the amazing experiences they've had here. I want to start out by saying a really sincere thank you to Oklahoma Creativity, to the state of Oklahoma, and most of all, you know, to this wonderful lady, Susan McCalmont, who's been the amazing driving force behind this. Let's give her a round of applause. It's a funny thing. What warm and friendly people Oklahomans are. We've experienced this year after year, so I want to say I appreciate that. But before you start applauding that, I had a bit of an experience yesterday. Yeah, there's another shoe to drop here. I get nervous for these events, you know. I don't do that well. Yeah, I do quite a few of them, but it doesn't matter. You still get nervous. So I go for a haircut before I do them, the day before. So I went yesterday and went to the same hairdressers that I went to last year, and it was the same girl. She said, "Oh, hello, it's Peter, isn't it?" Oh, I said, "Oh, thank you," because I'm getting old and I sometimes forget who I am. So she said, "It's nice to see you again." I said, "It's lovely to be here." She said, "You look very tense." I said, "I am tense." She said, "Why are you tense?" I said, "Because I'm giving a presentation tomorrow, and lots of very bright people, you know, intellectually stimulating, and Bart. But anyway, and I had to say that. He's going to get me after. But where was I going with this? So she said, "Well, what can I do for you?" I said, "Well, do me a favor. Just make me look beautiful." Do you know what she said to me? She said, "Peter, I got a comb, not a wand." We've been on a fascinating journey for the last 8 years in Ottawa-Carleton, a journey to imbue our learning organization, our learning family as we think of it, with a real spirit of imagination, creativity, innovation, founded on the joy, the passion, the seriousness, the playfulness, but most of all, the personalization of learning. And one of the things that we've really come to understand is that the more success that we have in reaching to ignite the amazing creative capacities that lies within every single one of our employees, our parents, our volunteers, and then building bridges through to our broader community partners, actually knocking down the walls of the school district and inviting them in. The more we can harness all of those amazing creative capacities, the more chance we've got of reaching and teaching all of the students in our care. That's our imperative. That's been our guiding light for the last 8 years. If you like, it's sort of the modern manifestation of the idea that it takes a village to raise a child. But we live in a real age of complexity, don't we? And it's very difficult for people. There's a wonderful, wonderful gentleman. His name is Dr. Bobby Moore. He was the British High Commissioner, the High Commissioner from British Guyana to Canada for many years. And he explains it like this. He says, "We're living in an age of in-betweenity, a time between times. It's as though we're living our lives in a parenthesis between historical eras, the first of which is dying, but its devotees are procrastinating over performing the last rites. The second of which is in the pains of birth, but its welcomers can't find the right midwife. And when societies go through these times of transition, when one historical era is giving way to the next, it becomes extremely turbulent. It's very challenging. And some of the people who have the most challenge with that are our children. because they're trying to find ways in these new realities, when they're not even new realities, they're emerging realities, and it's very difficult. I can tell you, my son was one of these people. His name is Adam. My wife calls him Repeat. Come on, that was good. She really does. And it's not meant to be a compliment to the boy. Well, 5 years ago, you know, he was 25 at the time, and he's one of these kids who was trying to find himself. I went home one day. I said, it's a funny thing, Adam. It's a really funny thing. There you are, in my fridge, drinking my beer again. How come I can find you, but you can't find yourself? Get out. So anyway, that's it. But it is difficult. It's really, really hard for people, not just our kids, but our adults, to adapt to this changing reality. And it's why it's even more imperative that we harness whatever creative forces we can to reveal to our children individually the brilliance that lies within them. So I want to just do two main things. I've got two main objectives here today. Well, actually, there's going to be a third. But the first one is this. I want to share with you some of the ideas and the people that have really helped shape and influence my thinking and my actions over the course of the last 36 years in education. I know, you're astonished. You're thinking, that pinnacle of evolution, surely he hasn't been around for 36 years, but I have. I've got to tell you, I'm actually 45 next week. Yeah, right. And the second thing, I want to give you a glimpse into our journey, this amazing journey that started with a remarkable meeting 8 years ago when one of our employees really spoke truth to the matter of how he saw our organizational family. And it wasn't exactly complimentary. And it gave us great pause to think in a very different way, through to a system and action research project that hello, oh, there I am, which we launched 3 years ago, around the question, which really resonates with one of the things, or many of the things that the last speakers were talking about: what are the conditions under which creative and healthy individuals and organizations flourish? But first, I'll talk about a little thing much more important than that, and that's me. I was born in a place called Norwich. You're allowed to laugh, you know, every now and then. I know it's not that funny. I'm not getting paid, okay? So it's not a stand-up routine. I was born in a place called Norris Green in Liverpool. Pretty tough neighborhood. Curiously, it's exactly the same neighborhood, Norris Green, where Sir Ken Robinson went to school. Now, we didn't know each other at the time, but we have come to know each other extremely well since then. And I can't begin to tell you what a privilege and an honor it is to have a mentor and a friend with such vision, brilliance, courage, and humor. At least that's what he said to me yesterday. Anyway. I'm good, aren't I? I tell you, I don't know where I come up with this stuff. I've got a fantastic scriptwriter. Anyway, no, in all seriousness, I mean that absolutely genuinely. Why do I use the word courage? Here's why. For years and years, Ken Robinson has been standing on the global stage alone, saying a couple of things. The first is this: it's not good enough that we just tinker with our education systems and play around with them a little bit. No. We've got to fundamentally transform them so that we start by looking at the amazing brilliance that lies within every one of our children, revealing it to them and growing them from there. And then he goes a stage further, and he says, just because just about every educational organization in the world starts with the idea that there's a league table of intelligences with mathematics and language at the top, the arts at the bottom, and the rest of the subjects in the middle, doesn't mean they're right. That takes incredible courage. And what he's done for many of us, he certainly did it for me many years ago, was to give me a framework of possibility thinking about alternate ways of moving forward. And oh, sorry, it's me. Oh, look, that's me saying, if this is how clever you are, this is how clever I am. Anyway, I tell you, I got to pay this scriptwriter more. Yeah, and he's saying, what do you think he's saying? You want to fight? So if Seken has given us that framework of possibility thinking in other ways, this gentleman, I think, provides us with the imperative for the personalization of learning. Who is he? Don't all shout at once. It is. Thank you very much indeed. Who has said that? What's your name, please? Hello, Sean. Congratulations. You get to eat dinner with Bart Connor later on. That's your prize. It's Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. And wonderful, wonderful man. He's got a very complicated name, doesn't he? Fortunately for you, I've found a creative way of teaching you his name so that when you go to the bookstore, you can actually sound intelligent and ask for the book, okay? He really brings together, he bridges two interesting areas. He's very well known for his work in positive psychology and equally well known for his work in optimal learning, or what he refers to as flow. Flow is that experience when you become so immersed in a task that time just flies by. It happens to all of us for different reasons. For some, it's nuclear physics. For some, it's making cupcakes. For some, it's playing the piano. It doesn't matter what it's for. The point is, this is the holy grail of learning. And this is what has to, I believe, drive our learning institutions. It doesn't matter what they are. 5 minutes remaining. I've only just started. Okay. I'm clearly not going to get to the journey. So I think, though, if we can take these two people's ideas, the ideas of Seken and the ideas of Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, then I think we can really start to ignite the learning within our own organizations. So I really am struggling now because I've only got a few minutes left and I'm not even halfway through. So here's what we're going to do. We conducted a study in our organization, and we found out that we had really successfully we marginalized many of the people in our organization. They reported feeling totally disconnected. And we thought, well, what does that say for the learning of our organization? So we've been through an 8-year process to really awaken our people to the idea that there is brilliance that lies within each and every one of them. And through that, we believe that what we've really done is to foster an inquiry-based learning process based on the interests, the proclivities of the individuals throughout the organization. So we have our custodians involved in the teaching of children. We have our office administrators involved. We have really awakened a global village. And it's our belief that by doing that, and I said it earlier, I'll say it again, the more successfully we can reveal to everybody within our organization the unique creative capacities that lie within them, the more that we can really reach out to teach all of the students in our care. You can go online at www.leadthewaytocreativity. We've documented this entire process and in a study that we revealed, which was a fascinating study. We launched it 3 years ago, and the title of the study is, What are the conditions under which creative and healthy individuals and organizations flourish? That was the action research question. I'll say it again. What are the conditions under which creative and healthy individuals and organizations flourish? So the report documents our 8-year progress, puts out our suggested definition of creativity, which came about through researching thousands and thousands of people through our own organization and our city. And then what we did to really ground this out was to put out a call for creative initiatives so we could see this in action. And we got hundreds of responses. And we profile this, what we call our Lead the Way initiatives. I'll just go through, I've got no time for any of that. But look, we have these wonderful profilings. This is one that Seken ran with us. And at the core of it, we want to acknowledge that, this is an amazing one. This is some of our most needy students who have a jewelry making program. And then they sell their jewelry. And of course, we couldn't get them away from that. And then we have culinary arts programs and huge connections with our tradespeople, where our kids can go and have apprenticeships, close connections with our Aboriginal communities. Video arts, as you can see. There he is saying, Peter Gamwell, he's fantastic. Anyway, on that note, I don't want you to forget, and we just happen to have a band. All right, are you ready to sing? We're doing it right. I'm from Liverpool, and I can get very angry. You don't want to mess with me, okay? Can we try that again? A little enthusiasm? I tell you what, you just sit back. I'll put all the energy in. You just sit back and have a sleep. Good Lord. Oh, did you see that? You saw my bald spot, didn't you? I'm not paying that hairdresser. Okay, are you ready? We need the, can I have the band, please? Big round of applause. Trombone player coming on. Okay, can you hear this out there? So, the hook of the song goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. Okay, try it again. 2, 3, 4. And then it goes do 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 do. I was playing this. That's it. I was playing this song about 2 years ago, and it dawned on me. The hook. Sorry, it's the piano. It's the rhythm to Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's name. I'm brilliant. I can't help it. I'm just brilliant. So it goes, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Do it. Good. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. If you don't sing that a bit louder, I'm coming out. I'm coming out, so help me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. All right, at the end of the song, that's what you've got to do. So when I look at you really aggressively, that's what you've got to do. So he's going to go, doo, 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 and then we're going to go, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. We're here in Oklahoma, state of creativity. We're listening to Gamwell, hope his haircut was free. That's good, isn't it? For the life of me, I couldn't rhyme anything with state of creativity, so I thought, hope his haircut was free. Oh, well, I'll tell you. Are you ready? Okay, we're here in Oklahoma, state of creativity. We're listening to Gamwell, hope his haircut was free. With Robinson and Moore and the guy who wrote Flow. He's trying to convince us this is how it should go. Creativity and innovation will transform learning with imagination, because we're doing it right. Come on! We're doing it right. Yeah, we're doing it right. Yeah, we're doing it right. Leave this section in a state of flow, because Gamwell told us to make it so. Ready? Do-do-do. Ready? Mihai. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Been a pleasure.